on page 9 is our next guest. Now, Father, even though he looks as though he's just got out of the 7th form, though he's no longer a brunette, will be 20 years ordained a priest on the 27th of July of this year. He was ordained in Taradale in 1985, and you'll see that he was a teacher at Roncalli College in Timaru, St. John's and Hastings, and he's been working with Youth Alive. He was a chaplain at De La Salle College in Mangere, and indeed to my alma mater, St. Patrick's College, Kilbirnie in Wellington, and he lives in the Marist community in Kilbirnie. I first met Father Christopher Skinner at a fundraising concert which I emceed, and he was topping the bill with Dame Malvina Major. I thought he was a wonderful singer then, and he will be even more mature by now, because that wasn't yesterday, I might tell you. I enjoyed him then, and I know we'll love his work now. It's called A Musical Priesthood, and he's a lovely man. Father Chris Skinner.
What colour's my hair? It used to be brunette once, many years ago. Right, oh, lovely to be here with all of you, and we're still in the Easter season, so very happy Easter to every one of you. Oh yeah, good. What was that? Thank you. Thanks very much. I just thought, you know, music, it's really important to kind of, when there's a certain context, it's what, for me, is really important, that I try to use music that fits the context. And at the moment, of course, our thoughts are with Pope John Paul II. And I would like to sing a song and dedicate it to him and all those people who have made a huge difference in people's lives. I think of Cardinal Van Tuan, who we heard of earlier today, and I was so inspired by, I read that little book of his, 2 loaves and 5 fish, and it was very inspiring. And so to see his sister here today, it was lovely to see Elizabeth here with us. And I just thought I'd like to sing this song to start with, and then I'll get on to what I've prepared. This song is called Human. And it's really about those people who make a difference. And for me, they are human beings like you and I. There's nothing superhuman about them. But they just somehow live life to the full, and they take the opportunities when they come their way. But I think they've doubted, they've struggled just like you and I. But somehow they've been, you know, raised above a lot of those things. So here's a song called Human that I'd like to start with. There are people in our world like torches in the night. They light a heart of peace and challenge all the right. They walk the journey to the torrents have been crossed, with mountains still to climb. Their dream is never lost. They are movers, believers, healers. They are lovers, they're fighters, and it's human. We're meant to be. And there are people in our world with passion in their eyes, with wisdom on their lips, and power in their lives. They walk the journey to the torrents have been crossed, with mountains still to climb. Their dream is never lost. They are movers, believers, healers. They are lovers, they're fighters, dreamers, and they are human, so very human, and it's human. We're meant to be. It's not for glory or power or gain. It's not their ego, the money or fame. It's for the present. It's for the future, and for us to fan the flame. Thank you. Now, I never do anything without getting everybody, singing as well. So you feel like getting up, doing something? I hope so. So I don't want to be the only one up here, and it's good to move around. Did you have a stretch before anyway after Annetta spoke? Have you? You haven't? Why don't you just stand up for a while and have a bit of a stretch, because I think that's a good thing to do. You've been sitting for a while. Okay, that's your time. Sit down. No. Only joking. Okay. Well, I'm going to be sharing a few songs during my session this afternoon. But I also would like to give you a background of what motivates me as being a singer. Firstly, I'd like to teach you this little song, and it's our Marist motto. I'm a member of the Society of Mary, and our Marist motto, those who are old boys maybe of our colleges might be able to tell me. Does anyone know? Oh, hang. We didn't do two. Sub Marie nomine. Thank you very much. Big hand to that man. Great. Excellent. Under the name of Mary. And I've written a little song that goes with that. And another insight of our founder, Father Jean-Claude Collin, was think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. So that kind of is an inspiring bit of wisdom that speaks to me anyway as a Marist. And I'd like to share that first with you. Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. Do you think you can sing that with me? Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. It's beautiful. Sub Mariae. There's the gift of tears up here. I just love hearing music. It's just wonderful. And so thank you very much for the way you sang that. Let's do it again. Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. Think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. Think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. Think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. Think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. Now let's lift the roof. Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. And one more time. Sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine, sub Mariae nomine. It's lovely. Thank you. Okay, our founder wanted the whole world Marist, so I'd just like to welcome you into the Society of Mary. It's a very accessible spirituality. Okay, we may not always live up to it, but to think as Mary, judge as Mary, feel and act as Mary in all things. So I think that's a pretty awesome spirituality, but it's available to all people, so, you know, good on you. Okay, so we as Marists are called to be like her, to be, as it were, Mary in the world, and in a sense, to bring to all we do a sense of our Maristness. So as a religious, as a priest, and as a singer and a songwriter, that is what I hope to achieve. To me, it is a spirituality of being alongside people. It is gentle, it's encouraging, and it avoids being pushy. Have I just been pushy with all of you? I hope not. But sometimes people can be very forceful. I think Aneta was talking a little bit about that, and it puts you off, can put you off. So my thing is, to be alongside people. It's really important to use these things, to listen to where people are coming from. And so there can be a real dialogue and communication go on. So as far as my music goes, songs are a way of communicating with other people important values. They open doors, they speak to the heart. And music is such a powerful medium for all ages. And it certainly is the case for young people who I've had the privilege of walking with and being with over, for many years. So many of the songs I write are inspired by other people and how their story impacts upon my own life. Something triggers in me, and I have the desire of sharing the story or the feeling with others by writing a song about it. And one of the most enduring songs I have written was inspired by a group of young Samoans when I was working in Auckland. I did have the privilege of working here for 10 years, for all you Aucklanders out there. Okay, I haven't forgotten, even though I live in Wellington. So this would have to have been in the early 90s, and they were discussing cultural values handed on from their families and some of the difficulties they experienced in growing up within New Zealand society, the clash that they were feeling. To me, they were struggling with a sense of identity. I mean, I couldn't really help them with that as a pālangi, but certainly I was able to listen to what their stories were. I felt honoured by their stories, and I wrote the song for them. And of course, as a songwriter, I can't help but get in touch with my own personal issues as well. I think that's what songwriters do. They often will give away things in their own life as well. So these young people spoke to me. The song's called Treasure in a Field. And since then, people, and many young people, have brought their own experience to this song. And how we deal with the struggles we as human beings experience can be helpful for others when they're going through hard times. And so I think, this happened, over 10 years ago, but this song still helps people today. And probably those young people don't know that I wrote this song. But they helped me, inspired me to write this, and then I've been able to support others through it. So, Treasure in a Field. Accept yourself. Don't have to prove anything, just be yourself. You make the world a special place to be. And I hope you have the faith to see that you've no need to travel far for treasure in a field. Accept your past. The years have formed you, and life awaits the gift. The gift that you can give is yours alone. And in your way you've clearly shown that you've no need to travel far for treasure in a field. And even though it's true your life's been hard, and few have understood the pain inside, it doesn't mean to say you have to run and hide. The stage is set, the light is cast upon you, and don't forget, your friends are here to help you through the scene. And once begun, you'll begin to dream, 'cause you've no need to travel far for treasure in a field. The time will come when someone else who in need will turn and run, afraid to face what lies ahead for them. And you will turn and stand with them, for you'll have found your strength within, your treasure in a field. And even though it's true your life's been hard, and few have understood the pain inside, it doesn't mean to say you have to run and hide. Accept yourself, accept the things you can't change. Don't have to run, don't have to run and hide. Accept yourself, you make the world so special. Accept yourself, just be yourself. Accept yourself. You've treasure in a field. Cheers. I kind of love being up here. I've got 10 minutes to go. I better quick. What am I going to do now? No. Okay. So when I worked in Auckland, I was a member of a program called Youth Alive, and that's what Philip in his introduction mentioned. And we lived in Te Atatū. And I often use this song in that context as well. We worked with street kids, young people that were having troubles at school, relationships with their families. Often poverty was a huge problem. And I remember one young guy hearing this song, and just taking down all the words and writing them down, He was really trying to deal with stuff that was in his life. And for me, I was just so, to have a young person be into one of my songs and to really speak to him meant a lot. Because as you know, I'm not a rapper, as a lot of young people are into the rap music, My music's not quite like that. But I think I don't know why. I think it's because it's someone prepared to get up and just be themselves. It makes a difference for a lot of young people. You don't have to, I didn't have to put on airs and graces and things like that. And I just got up, shared something, a gift that I have, and I know that somehow unlocked, gifts in others, and especially in the young people we worked with. So that was great. Another stage of my ministry in Auckland was as chaplain to De La Salle College. I had 3.5 years there in Mangere, and that was a wonderful time for me. And the kids there, "O for awesome" was the catchphrase in those days, What's that guy's name? Tua. "O for awesome," it became a very famous saying. And today people still use that term, awesome this, awesome that. And my thing was, I wanted to write a song that the young people could relate to. So I thought, God's awesome. And I wrote Awesome God. Now, who knows this one? Who knows? A few hands, okay, that's great. I'd love you to join with me in singing Awesome God together. Look to the mountains, look to the sea, look in the eyes of a tiny baby. Watch the sun rising, watch it go down, glimmering stars in the sky all around. Awesome God. Awesome God. couldn't hear you. Can I hear you singing Awesome God on your own? 1, 2. Very nice. That's great. You are singing neat.
Again. Look to the mountains, look to the sea, look in the eyes of a tiny baby, watch the sun rising, watch it go down, glimmering stars in the sky. Awesome God, awesome God. Well done. Fantastic. Okay. It's funny, the boys, in relating to me at the college at St. Pat's in Wellington, I'd be walking down the corridor and they'd go, awesome God, you know? And even out in the sports matches and things like that, I could hear awesome God being sung, so pretty neat. Now, which one am I going to do for you? Okay, a couple of years ago, I was on retreat in Wellington with a few of my confreres in the Society of Mary. Actually, I noticed in the booklet there's a lot of SMs there. Have you noticed that? Bit of a Marist takeover, do you think? No, not really. We're in the background. That's our, not pushy, as I said. Okay. So a couple of years ago, I was on this retreat, and the theme of the retreat was on personal vocation. So God calls us from our mother's womb with a particular purpose in mind, whatever our state in life is. And the one I came up with for myself, we were asked to kind of get a brief line that captured what you thought your personal vocation was. Well, this is what came to me anyway. I probably have to have a spiritual director to discern whether I was right. But I thought, if Jesus is the song, okay, so Jesus is the song and I am the singer. And I thought, well, that's quite a nice little personal vocation. Really fits, And other people were saying things like, others had Jesus as my brother, and so for me to be like a brother to others. Jesus my friend. So others, to have that kind of relationship. This beautiful Māori phrase, korowai aroha, and I think, again, Annetta alluded to this. It's like the cloak of Christ's love on somebody's shoulders, And so they felt called to be like that to others in their ministry and in their call. Korowai aroha, I think it's a very beautiful statement. The cloak of love. Jesus my centre, so my vocation is to enable others to find their centre. So, as I always do, when something touches me, I write a song about it. And this is about my kind of personal vocation, if God is the song. And I'd just like to ask if we can have number 12 on the CD down there. If God is the song and we are the singers, we are filled with the fullness of God. If God is the song and we are the singers, when we sing we are one with God. Son, don't forget the words. You'll sing for me with your heart in love and your spirit free. If God is the song and we are the singers, we are filled with the fullness of God. If God is the song and we are the singers, when we sing, we are one with God. For my song is life and my song is true. It's for all to sing. It's my gift to you. If God is the song and we are the singers, we are filled with the fullness of God. If God is the song and we are the singers, when we sing, we are one with God. For I have formed you, I have chosen you. Within your mother's womb I called your name. I will be with you, always with you. Take courage and listen for my voice. Keep singing. If God is the song and we are the singers, we are filled with the fullness of God. If God is the song and we are the singers, when we sing, we are one with God. There we go. Thank you. Thanks very much. Well, 2:30, everyone. 2:30. Yeah. I'm on again tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Thank you very much. Lovely to